All right, guys, UFC 311 press conference just finished, and guys, what a banger card to talk about, man. There is a lot of narrative shit that I feel like I should review with you guys because this felt beautiful happening right in front of my face. So, guys, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. We have Jamal Hill officially becoming Hill and hearing it from the fans. Now, guys, I knew Jamal Hill was yapping about the whole Alex Pereira loss, and I know you guys didn't like it, but to hear it from the fans tonight, it was absolutely crazy. We have Renato Moicano becoming a star right after that, right in front of our faces. Not only that happened, we have Umar Merab going back and forth for a majority of the press conference. And not only that, we have freaking Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan looking like it's going to be a banger fight. Granted, Arman Tsarukyan didn't say much his press conference, but just by the body language and the energy of these two dudes, they look like they're locked in, guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. But before we talk about it, like the video, subscribe, guys. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Help the cause out, man. Do it, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first thing, and that is Renato Moicano becoming a star right in front of our faces, man. Coming out with the cash moolah. Taking out the stacks right in front of his pocket. Now, that flick was a little weak, I will say. It wasn't a good flick. When you're at the club throwing money at the strippers, you kind of want to throw an upwards motion. You don't want to just throw it straight at the crowd. But I got the memo and I understood what Renato Moicano was doing there. Good job from Moicano. Getting a little bit of a cheer from the fans. Guys, let's go ahead and raise the volume up for this one. We have Jamal Hill hearing it from the fans.
UFC light heavyweight champion, Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill.
Hearing it from the fans. Fans were roaring at Jamal Hill, letting them know we don't like you at all. Fans were giving Jamal Hill hell every time Jamal Hill had a chance to speak. But guys, let's go ahead and skip to 8:30 of this press conference right here, where the reporter had asked Merab, Umar felt more Georgian in him, something around those lines.
Yesterday, Umar said he felt that he was more Georgian than you. How do you take those words, and do you feel that's another example of the disrespect you feel from him?
That's another bullshit from him. Of course he's not Georgian.
That's a crazy ass thing to say, though, to say that I feel more Georgian than you. That's crazy, man. That's disrespectful. When you really think about it, it's like a Mexican telling a Cuban, yeah, I feel more Cuban than you. The Cuban would probably think, like, what the hell? What makes you think you feel more Cuban than me? Or a Jamaican and a Haitian person saying that I feel more Jamaican or I feel more Haitian. Yeah, they'll go back and forth for sure.
Georgian, he can't even represent Dagestan. He represents Russia. Umar, good luck Saturday night. We gotta find out.
I love the comeback from Merab.
Umar, for you, what
Umar, I have a question for you. Where are you from?
From Russia and Dagestan.
Ha 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 ha.
Laughing. Okay, ask.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, that fake laugh from Merab needs to be more realistic than that. It has to be more of a trolley laugh. That fake laugh was absolutely hideous, but it was a good attempt.
Where are you from? Ask him.
We know.
We know.
He's Armenian.
Ask him.
You can ask him. I know where he's from.
You don't need this. Think about fight.
And that was a great comeback from Umar. Now, guys, when I'm looking at this back and forth exchange right here, this is kind of like foreshadow for me a little bit. This helps me understand how this fight is gonna go. Now, you guys might call me crazy for saying that, but I say that this back and forth exchange is gonna help me understand that, just for the simple fact that these two dudes, I feel like it's going to be a war. I feel like Merab is going to etch it out just a little bit more, but I feel like these back and forth conversations will let me understand, all right, Merab will be relentless. Merab isn't scared of the moment. This is the same kind of memo of the Sean O'Malley and Merab press conference, which was boring, by the way. But if you go back and look at it, Merab is bringing that same exact energy. So I know for a fact Merab is going to bring that same exact game plan and maybe sprinkle up a little bit something different for Umar Nurmagomedov.
There's a little girl that has cancer. He's flying her out here for the fight tomorrow, and he on Saturday, and he shaved his head like hers to support her. And how much money are you donating?
This man Yuri Prohaska right now, man. He has the bald head. He's fighting for something. There's a girl with cancer. He's sending $50,000, $1 million of checked money to go ahead and fund to her cancer foundation. Yuri Prohaska is fighting for something while Jamal Hill is fighting for his name. These two dudes are going to be fighting and clashing, and that's going to be a very interesting fight to see how that plays out. I have Yuri Prohaska etching it out just slightly a little bit over Jamal Hill. I think the footwork is going to play hell of a difference in this fight, and I see Yuri Prohaska just using his footwork to outclass Jamal Hill on the feet.
1 million crowns, like Czech crowns.
1 million what?
Crowns.
1 million crowns.
Check money.
$50,000, something like that, more.
You're gonna donate $50,000. I'll match the $50,000.
Montana just gets a pop from the crowd saying he's gonna match that 50K.
I have a question.
Building a little bit of more oomph in this, right? In this press conference.
If so much love Georgia, why you live in America?
This is another bullshit question from you. Because I came here to make my dream come true.
You have to go
be
back.
UFC champion.
You have to go back to Georgia, live there, make their life better around like people in Georgia, and do like this, build their dream, be with your people.
I feel like this isn't fair from Umar to say this, man. Now, this is a shot, and I gotta give Umar a little bit of respect for trying to find an angle to really dig at Merab at. But this isn't fair for Umar to say, man. You have a dude in Umar that grew up under the Nurmagomedov name. I'm talking about there are millions of dollars that are generated under that Nurmagomedov name alone, because just the brain of the Nurmagomedov is something that you want to dissect. The fighting style that they learn is something that you want to dissect. So money can just be generated for years upon years just under the name of Nurmagomedov. And you have a dude on the other hand named Merab that came from nothing, that came from Georgia and had to move to the US to make a name for himself and try to make an opportunity for himself because it wasn't happening in Georgia. And more than likely, if Merab, and granted, Merab doesn't even have one title defense under his name. So it's not like this dude is generating generational wealth. This dude just got money. This dude is finally trying to, manage his dollar. And probably when he does get to where he needs to get to in terms of financial status, then we can talk about him going back to Georgia and feeding his country.
I represent.
I'm living in Dagestan, in my village, Manavkala.
I respect your decision. You can live whatever you want. You can represent whatever you want. I'm from Georgia. I came US to get better as a martial artist.
You have to come back.
I came US
That was a funny line from Umar.
to make my dream come true, to come UFC fighter.
Your dream already
And,
become like you
I am
now champion.
grateful for America to help me to get where I am today. Now I have a platform. I represent Georgia even
Good
better
boy.
from here.
I
I'm
hope you
grateful
will live
for
in
America.
Georgia.
I'm grateful for America, but I never forget my country, Georgia, who raised me. And
They give you green card, right?
You can just sense the bad blood, how much they really dislike each other. You can just really sense it.
It's all
Umar stays humble. You gotta give him credit for that. Yeah. But man, you can tell that this dude really doesn't like Merab at all.
I live US more humble way. In Georgia, everybody knows me. I cannot even go gym.
Did you come back Georgia?
Second.
Then do you back Georgia to live?
Of course.
Good.
And I will get all day. But now I have to work and to work.
And you guys got the memo. Merab starts yapping. And let's go ahead into this next little segment right here at 15:16, where a reporter asks Islam that the sacrifices that he made for this fight.
Islam, Habib said in the lead up to this fight is the reason your team is being so successful is sacrifice. You guys make more sacrifices than anyone. Do you feel like the sacrifices you've made in your life are more than Armin, and that's one of the reasons you will win this fight?
Of course, we're all team about the hard work. That's why the sacrifice. That's why two guys one night fight for the title, because we're a hard worker. We work more than everybody. That's why we're here today.
And that's facts, man. Those Russians are nasty, dog. Especially under Team Khabib. Those Russians are disgusting. You don't want to be on the side of betting against a Russian. But the only thing that I can see being a kryptonite for a Russian is literally another Russian. And this is why I'm kind of betting against Umar in this matchup right here. I have Merab winning. And then on the other hand, you have #1 pound for pound Islam going against Arman Tsarukyan. How can you go against #1 pound for pound Islam? You just can't. In no world you can bet against Arman in this fight. But Merab has a definite path to victory.
Question for Arman Tsarukyan. Obviously, we've been talking about this fight for years, you know, build up for this fight, but now we're only a couple days away from you getting an opportunity to not just rematch Islam, but fight for the UFC lightweight championship. So I guess what are the emotions that you're a few feet away from that, and you seem to get the biggest applause in this entire arena?
And hear how boring of a response that Arman Tsarukyan gives to the fans and the fans that came to see him.
I'm so excited. I just don't want to talk a lot. I just want to get them my belt and go home. Thank you, everybody.
That's it? Okay, Arman, that's cool. I guess. I guess. Skip to Jamal Hill.
Obviously, you and Yuri.
Here are the boos. Here are the fans that's going after Jamal Hill in this press conference right here. This is me understanding, oh yeah, Jamal Hill is truly becoming a heel. And he has to truly embrace that spot of becoming a heel. And this is going to be very interesting.
Have been circling each other for...
Hear that? Let's play that volume up.
You bleeding over and the people sitting next to you, bro.
So Jamal, I'll start with this. What do you make of this crowd reaction when you came out? You seem to kind of be playing to the crowd and kind of enjoying this reaction.
They know who I am. They know exactly who I am.
And in terms of your opponent, Yuri, obviously, you know, he said he knows he has to keep his hands up, but when you step in there on Saturday, are you expecting the same Yuri Prochazka you've watched on all of his fights over the last...
Look at this moment right here, guys. Merab coddling to Jamal Hill.
Several years?
Like, all right, Merab, I got this, man. I got this. I appreciate you.
Say that one more time.
Look at the fans. Scream Shama.
Sound good.
Whoa, this dude has the Yuri Prochazka haircut. I'm dead. Bro, why does this dude stance like Yuri Prochazka? This dude literally... Why am I just now seeing the Yuri Prochazka stance? What the hell? The power of the samurai.
At media day,
and he looks just like Yuri.
He knows he needs to keep his hands up against you. Obviously, you know, you've watched his past few fights. He goes in there, and you kind of don't know what to expect. So what type of Yuri Prochazka are you expecting when you do step in there on Saturday?
I prepare for the best Yuri Prochazka there is. The best Yuri Prochazka that anybody's seen. That's what I work for. That's what I train for. I'm on my way back. They doing all this right now. It's all good and everything, but we know how fickle fans can be. You know, they sucking a whole lot of meat right now, so it'll be the other way. It don't matter. You just got to put some meat in their face. Pause.
Whoa, that's crazy. But guys, there's a lot of things going on with Jamal Hill, man. And this is why I don't want to put my money on Jamal Hill. I need a clear-minded Jamal Hill to take care of business, man. Jamal Hill is going through problems with his family, especially with his brother, going through a whole bunch of family issues. And going into this fight right here, I need a clear-headed version of Jamal Hill. I don't need a scrambled version of Jamal Hill. And you have a clear-headed version, samurai, of Yuri Prochazka going into this bout. I just can't put my money on Jamal Hill. Call me crazy, but I'm not going to do that. Guys, go ahead into this next moment right here where we have Moicano talking about him. This is me thinking, all right, if Moicano could really go ahead and, like, really utilize this line right here, he can become a star.
Let's go. Let me tell you something, my brother. I cannot afford to lose. I respect Daniel Dariush. I respect Daniel Dariush. He's good. He's well-rounded. But guess what? I'm winning. I cannot afford to lose. Free market capitalism. You eat what you kill, and I'm killing him to get money. Let's fucking go.
I'm telling you right now, man. You put Moicano in a main event press conference where he is the main event. This is a superstar in the making, guys. I'm talking about, let's say in the magic world where Moicano can retrieve the belt, maybe even go at a #1 contender spot and just be the main event of a press conference. This dude right here it will be absolute fireworks towards the buildup of the fight. So you gotta go ahead and think this dude Moicano can be a possible superstar in the making. Right now, at least a star in the making. Can we give him that as the bare minimum? Let's go ahead to this another moment where a reporter asks Arman in question.
Arman, you have all of the Armenian people around you. How is that feeding into your energy and preparation?
Feeling good, preparation good, just ready to cut my weight and win that title for my people.
Why are you the guy
That's it. That's just it.
that's going to be shocking the world against someone who has 14 consecutive wins?
Because I feel like I'm one of the best fighters in the world.
That's it. Is this dude a robot? Is this a human being? Literally, is this how you conversate with people in the real world? Like, are you not ready to have any type of conversation of what's going to go on in this fight, how you're feeling in deep details? But he doesn't do that. He just goes ahead and give you the most basic things ever. Guys, there's not really much to pick from Arman Tsarukyan inside of town. This dude doesn't give you much meat on the bone. No diddy when I say that, but much meat on the bone to really dissect on what he's saying or not.
A home fight for Arman. It's like it's in Armenia. Why did you accept this in LA?
Because LA have mostly Armenian people. It's okay because I am fighting in Australia when all crowds support my opponent. I fight in Dustin Poirier in the US when everybody support him. But when cage is closed, nobody can help. You and your opponent, that's it.
#1 pound for pound for a reason, dog. He's #1 pound for pound for a reason.
And this question is for Arman, but also for Dana. 311 is expected to be a...
Let's go to another segment. Let's go to 25-42.
Some rumors about the fact that you might be injured. Are you injured? Do I look like I'm injured? No, I look great. I'm ready to fight.
And I don't believe that even if Islam is injured, #1, if he was really injured, I don't think this fight would be booked. I think he will take some time to heal up that injury. But even if Arman had a nink of an injury, I feel like that version of that version of Islam could still be Arman Tsarukyan, no matter what. So I think the injury doesn't even play a factor into this bout, man. I'm being honest with you guys. I think it can play a little bit of fatigue, maybe a little bit of something, but it's not going to play a factor of Islam losing the belt.
Are you agreeing with the statement that his endurance...
Где эта информацию собираешь, непонятно.
Where are you getting all this information from?
Hold on, let's play it back.
No weak points for Islam Makhachev except one thing, potentially endurance, and they're basing it off of his last fight against Dustin Poirier. Are you agreeing with the statement that his endurance...
Где эта информацию собираешь, непонятно.
Where are you getting all this information from?
Of course, I believe I'm better everywhere because I'm here and fighting for the title.
Oh my gosh! Oh, so boring. Oh, this dude can't win. He just can't win. Guys, I don't like to see people lose. I really don't. But this dude, Arman Tsarukyan, just can't win. He is going to make the lightweight division horrible. He is going to make the UFC bad for the lightweight division, guys. I could say this in many different sentences. But this dude, Arman Tsarukyan, should not be the champion, man. Look at this dude.
More pressure at all, or does you take it in stride and it makes you happy?
No, it gives me advantage, you know. Like I'm here not alone with my people, so that's why I'm more excited.
I feel I have more fans in
Just suns him right after that.
right now.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Just suns him right after that. I got more fans than you, little boy. But guys, let's go ahead and look at the stare down between these two dudes. We have Reiner Day Ryder and Kevin Holland. This fight right here is the 50-50 fight for me, man. I'm just back and forth at this moment, and I'm just slightly leaning towards Reiner Day Ryder in this bout, man. Kevin Holland is 5-7 going into UFC pay-per-view events, and I just don't trust him. Actually, I'm lying. That is a wrong stat that I'm reading out. He is 5-7 when the odds are +100 and -199. In between those two odds, he's 5-7. So Kevin Holland going into this bout, it's just not a bout that I'm just, it's not a spot that I want to bet on. You know, Kevin Holland being a favorite, doesn't get much value. But you look at the spot right here, look at the face-off between these two dudes. Rhino Day Rider is wearing Timberlands, so the height advantage is going to go into this face-off between these two dudes because the shoes are playing a role. But let's look at these two dudes face-off. Ah, Dana White is literally smiling from cheek to cheek, ear to ear. Not much fear going in between these two dudes. This is the pick'em fight, and Rhino Day Rider is the slight favorite. Just like how I look at this fight going. I think Kevin Holland was a slight favorite at some point. I think the lines changed to Rhino Day Rider actually. Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Let's go ahead and look at these two dudes. We have the old head versus, I wouldn't say he's an old young head, but mid head, I guess. That's what you call him. Beneil Dariush, what are you having? What is that on your feet? What are you wearing, Beneil? And you have the professional Moicano going. Like, how can you put money on Beneil Dariush wearing this? How can you put money on this dude? Moicano coming in at a -160 favorite. I thought he would be way more of a favorite than this. Going against number 9 ranked Beneil Dariush. Beneil is no slouch now. I'm going to tell you that right now. Beneil is no joke. Don't sleep on Beneil. But I think Moicano etches it out. Next fight up, we have Jamal Hill versus Yuri Prochazka, the light heavyweight bout. The clash of two titans. Look at this face-off. Good little handshake. All right. Firm handshake. Oh, who won the battle of the handshakes? Guys, we're dissecting everything. Jamal Hill sticks his hand out first. Bang. All right. Both about 50-50. Tell you right now, the best stare down person in the game is Yuri Prochazka. Tell you that right now. Ain't nobody that can stare you down way harder than a guy like Yuri Prochazka and Alex Pereira. So this stare down off back, you're just gonna have to give it to Yuri Prochazka. Just look at Yuri Prochazka locked in, ready for his opponent. Like, come on, in the real world, do you really want to fight a dude that does this emoji compared to emoji of Jamal Hill? Just look at this. Let's say a guy does this to your face. Like, are you really scared? Like a street fight is about to happen and you see Jamal Hill and he does this in front of your face. You're not really scared. Granted, he is a big guy, so that's the only thing you'll be scared about. But you have a big dude like Yuri Prochazka doing this. Heights. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Can get scared. We have the co-main event. Merab versus Umar. I like the suit for Merab, man. I really do. Umar's keeping his distance. Number 2 ranked versus the champ. Yo, the Nurmagomedovs love that pose, bro. That's the only pose the Nurmagomedovs can do. Literally. Alright, let's get into the main event. Main event, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Arman just looks like the young, looks like the little guy. He is the little guy in terms of height. He's built well. Coming in at a plus 260 underdog. You're saying Islam is head and shoulders better than Arman. And the odds, I can see why the odds are in the favor of Islam Makhachev. This dude is literally #1 pound for pound. Like, Arman Tsarukyan's the guy to go ahead and take away that from him today. You just can't see that happening. Literally, you just can't. You can see Israel Adesanya losing to Sean Strickland. You see there was an avenue of that happening. But this, you just can't see it. And to elaborate a little bit more about the Israel Adesanya thing, I literally thought the only path to victory for Sean Strickland was just simply wrestling Israel Adesanya, but he did the exact opposite, and he stood up with Israel Adesanya and stand and bang with him. Guys, that's another topic for another day. I thought Israel Adesanya is just running through my mind right now. I see him and Robert Whittaker being friends. It kind of icked me a little bit. I don't know. But we'll talk about that for another video. All in all, guys, like the video, subscribe. Road to 500 subs. 5 likes is all I'm asking for. I'm out.